Okay, picture this for a second. You're on the highway, and in the lane next to you, there's this old, beat-up 2005 Toyota Tacoma.
Right. Seen better days.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But there's no person driving it. There's a humanoid robot in the driver's seat, hands at 10 and 2, physically pressing the pedals.
And the owner's in the back, just taking a nap.
Yes. And the owner's just napping in the back seat.
It sounds like total science fiction.
Yeah.
But as of today, February 4th, 2026, that's not fiction anymore. That's actually the plan for this year.
Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, I think we need to slow down a little. We're standing here in early 2026, and things are moving so fast.
They really are.
We're working from a report by Max on 9 biggest AI trends for 2026, and honestly, the scope it's heavy. It feels like a real turning point.
It is. And just to set the stakes before we even get into the details, but projection is that global AI spending will hit $2 trillion by the end of this year.
$2 trillion.
$2 trillion. That's the financial ground we're standing on.
It's a number so big it almost loses its meaning. It's just an abstraction. So our mission today is to make that concrete.
Yeah. What does that money actually buy?
Right. We're going to walk through how this tech is moving from our screens into our actual physical world and how it's changing what it even means to work.
It's a journey from software to hardware, from the screen to the street.
So let's start with the money then. Trend number 1. The report calls it AI buying from AI. For the last 100 years, commerce has been, a very human thing. I see an ad, I feel something, I buy something. But that's changing, isn't it?
It's shifting incredibly fast. The data suggests that by 2028, just 2 years from now, AI agents will handle 90% of business purchases.
90%.
We are talking about $15 trillion in spending that never even touches a human hand.
15 trillion. So help me picture this. This isn't just me asking my smart speaker to order more paper towels.
No, it's much deeper. Think about the smart fridge scenario from the report. Your fridge notices you're low on tomatoes and chicken. It doesn't just send you a notification.
Right.
While you're asleep, it checks prices at local stores, compares availability, places the order, and schedules the delivery.
So it's machines selling to other machines.
Exactly. One AI writes the invoice, another AI reads it, checks it against a budget, and then pays it. All that human friction is just gone.
Okay, but hang on. If my fridge is doing the buying, what happens to advertising?
That's the fascinating question.
I mean, you can't run a Super Bowl ad to convince my refrigerator to buy Coke instead of Pepsi.
You can't. Marketing completely shifts. It moves away from emotional persuasion, buy this and feel cool, to pure data optimization. If you're a brand and your data isn't easily readable by an AI agent, you basically don't exist. You're invisible.
It feels, efficient but sterile. So if the AI does the shopping, what is the human actually doing?
We stop ordering. We start configuring the settings and monitoring the savings.
So we become the manager. We're managing the shopper.
You're orchestrating the outcome.
Orchestrate. I feel like we're going to come back to that word a lot today. And this doesn't stop at groceries. The report says this intelligence is bleeding into our homes.
Right, trend number 2.
The smart home idea isn't new, but apparently the way it works is fundamentally changing.
Yeah, the keyword isn't smart anymore. It's connected. For a long time, a smart home just meant you could turn on a light with your phone.
Which is really just a fancy remote control.
Exactly, not intelligence. The market, which is hitting almost $200 billion this year, is moving towards systems where all the devices talk to each other.
There was that one example in the notes about a smart scale and a fridge that, I'll be honest, I kind of hated.
The accountability loop.
Yes.
Yeah.
Walk us through that.
So the idea is this. Your smart scale talks to your smart fridge. You tell the scale, my goal is to lose 10 pounds.
Okay.
Later that night, you try to order ice cream through the fridge's interface, and the fridge basically refuses. Or it suggests a healthier option because it knows your goal.
See, that's where I have a problem with it. That feels like a loss of my own agency. If I've had a bad day and I want some ice cream, I don't want my appliances to stage an intervention.
It is a trade-off, for sure. You're trading some of that autonomy for discipline. But from a purely technical view, it shows that these devices are no longer isolated. They're sharing data.
So what is the fundamental shift in how these devices operate?
They stop being isolated gadgets and start functioning as a unified aware system.
A unified system that might bully you into eating a salad. Okay, let's move to work. Everyone gets an AI assistant. The report calls it a personal Jarvis. But we've heard this promise for years, right? Siri, Alexa, they were all supposed to be assistants, and they've all been, pretty underwhelming.
Yeah.
Why is 2026 different?
It's all about context and integration. This is finally addressing what they call admin overload.
Right. The stats say we spend something like 60% of our work time on admin, email, scheduling, updating project management tools.
And the trend for 2026 is that we just stop doing that because the AI agents can finally connect all those apps together and do it for us.
So this isn't just me typing a prompt into a chatbot.
No, this is an agent that knows your voice, it knows your priorities. The example they use is a morning routine.
Okay.
You wake up, your AI has already seen 2 of your meetings conflict, so it rescheduled one. It's drafted 15 emails, and it's already sent the 8 easy ones.
And updated your Trello board.
And updated your Trello and Asana boards, all before you've had your first cup of coffee.
Wow.
It uses tools like N8N or Zapier as the plumbing.
Right, the digital plumbing.
Yeah.
It connects the email pipe to the calendar pipe. It feels like magic, but it's just logic.
Exactly. The busy work just evaporates.
So if the AI handles all the admin, the scheduling, the follow-ups, how does the definition of work actually change for us?
We shift from managing tasks to managing outcomes and strategic thinking.
Managing outcomes. Okay, let's look at the business side of this. Trend 4 is no more waiting on hold.
This is really the end of business hours. The data from IBM and Zendesk is pretty clear on this. AI can now handle about 80% of routine customer questions.
The example from the report was a gem, right?
Right. Say you want to book a class, but it's 6 a.m. or maybe 10 p.m. at night. The office is closed.
Historically, that's just a lost customer.
A lost lead. You move on. But now an AI answers, handles your questions, and books you into the class instantly. No bad hold music.
Beyond just the convenience for the customer, what does this actually mean for a business owner?
Leads don't vanish just because the office is closed. 0 missed opportunities.
0 missed opportunities. That's a huge shift. But let's take this further. Trend number 5 moves from AI answering the phone to running the whole department.
This is where the corporate structure itself starts to change. The old way to grow was to just hire more people. The new way is to deploy more agents.
They mentioned a tool, Hello Frank AI, acting as basically an entire finance department.
Yes. So instead of a team of people processing invoices, you just have a software layer that does it automatically. The estimate is that 30% of all U.S. work hours could be automated by 2030.
I have to push back on this a little bit. That sounds great for the company's bottom line.
Yeah.
But if I'm a junior accountant just starting out, where do I start? If all the entry-level work is gone, how do you even learn the ropes?
That is the big question. It's like the ladder is missing its bottom rungs. You see job titles changing now. Director of AI. Your job becomes orchestrating the system, not managing people's time.
So if the AI runs the department, where does the human value actually lie?
Judgment, relationships, and handling the 10 to 20% of cases that require nuance.
The nuance, the human edge, it just feels like that's becoming a smaller and smaller piece of the pie.
Okay, we're back. We've been in the digital world, agents, software, customer service. But the report makes a really big turn here into the physical world. Trend number 6 is household AI robots. The butler. Yeah, this is the leap from that little robot vacuum that gets stuck under your sofa to a bipedal robot that can actually fold your laundry.
We're talking about Tesla's Optimus Figure 3 Neo from OpenAI. And the market is projected to hit $17 billion just this year. That seems really fast for hardware.
It is aggressive, but the capabilities are closing that gap very quickly. These robots, they learn by watching a human do a task. They can pick up clutter, they can load a dishwasher. It's adaptive behavior.
It's pretty amazing to think about. I mean, you go over to a friend's house for dinner this year, and you just see a robot in the corner quietly folding shirts. It feels, I don't know, almost normal, but also deeply strange.
It really does. It brings up a real sense of wonder. We've seen this in cartoons like The Jetsons for our entire lives, and now here it is, walking around the living room, seeing a machine do something so human. It's surreal.
It's a luxury, for sure. But these things are expensive.
Yeah.
So what is the real currency being traded here when we buy one of these robots?
We are buying back time for health, family, and creativity.
Time. The one thing you can't make more of. And that leads perfectly into trend number 7, the one we opened with, the robot in the Toyota.
AI robots will drive your car. This is such a clever solution to a huge problem.
Right. We all thought we'd be buying new, futuristic, self-driving cars.
But retrofitting the entire world's fleet of cars is just, it's impossible. It would take decades.
So you don't upgrade the car. You upgrade the driver.
Exactly. Tesla is planning to build 50,000 Optimus robots in 2026. They use the same FSD chips that are in the cars. You just put the robot in the driver's seat of your old Tacoma. It has cameras for eyes and hands for the wheel. It just drives.
It's such a low-tech solution to a high-tech problem. It's almost funny.
But it bridges the gap. You don't need a new $60,000 car to get full autonomy. You just need the agent.
The visual is wild, but what problem does this solve for the average person?
It reclaims the 1 to 2 hours of lost productivity spent driving every day.
1 to 2 hours a day? That's life-changing for someone with a long commute. Okay, moving on. Cred number 8, AI-powered delivery.
This is all about solving the last mile problem. Getting a package from the local warehouse to your front door is the single most expensive part of shipping.
And now we're seeing drones and those little sidewalk robots everywhere.
They are, yeah. Amazon's goal is to deliver 500 million packages a year by drone by 2030. That ramp-up is starting right now.
So instead of a delivery window from 9 to 5, it's just on demand.
It's almost instant. And because you're not paying a person for that last mile, the cost goes way, way down.
So how does this change the consumer's relationship with buying things?
Speed and cost are no longer trade-offs. Delivery becomes instant and cheap.
Instant and cheap. Okay, finally, that brings us to trend number 9. And this one kind of wraps everything together. Knowing AI is the biggest career advantage.
This is the so what of all of this for everyone listening. The gap between people who use AI and people who ignore it is getting wider fast.
The report says having AI skills can boost your salary by up to 56%. That's it.
Yeah.
That's huge. But I want to admit something here for a second.
Yeah, go for it.
I do this show. I'm immersed in this stuff, and I still feel intimidated sometimes. I look at a tool like NA10, and it just looks like a mess of code to me. Yeah. I think a lot of people feel that knowing AI is only for developers.
And that's the biggest misconception. That's the vulnerability that I think we all have to push past. The strategy the report suggests is simple. Use AI to learn AI.
So you ask ChatGPT to teach you how to use ChatGPT.
Exactly. Ask it to teach you step by step how to build a simple automation. Don't wait to take a course. Just ask the tool to teach you how to use the tool. Because if you don't, the alternative isn't great.
What is the harsh reality for those who choose to ignore this shift?
They don't just fall behind, they get replaced. The gap becomes permanent.
Wow, the gap becomes permanent. That is a sobering thought.
It is, but it's also an invitation.
Okay, so let's zoom out. We've talked about 9 huge trends. Smart fridges, robot butlers, robot chauffeurs. What's the one big idea that connects all of this?
I think the big idea is a fundamental shift in agency. We are moving from a world where we operate tools, a hammer, a keyboard, a steering wheel, to a world where we orchestrate agents.
Orchestration. There's that word again.
Yeah. I mean, think about the progression. It starts with the smart fridge ordering groceries, then it's your office assistant handling your emails, then a robot is folding your laundry, and it ends with a robot driving your car.
The common thread is autonomy.
The tools are doing the work for us, not just with us. And 2026 is the year that distinction becomes crystal clear. You have to decide this year if you're going to be an orchestrator of these new agents or if you're going to keep doing the manual work that is very, very quickly being automated away.
That is the fork in the road. The report ends with a pretty blunt call to action. It says the next 18 months are critical, and then it says beliefs that hurt your future aren't worth keeping.
I love that line.
So, for everyone listening, here's the task. Commit to learning one new AI skill this week. Not next month. This week. Start with a better prompt. Move to a simple automation. Just begin. The tools are there. You just have to pick them up.
See you in the future.